Say hi to Amanda.
I will.
Okay.
Love you.
Drive.
What if one of the scariest, most intense and original short horror films started at the 41st minute of a forgotten 2005 action film? To go even further, the scene is a complex and eerily real 4 minutes that without the star power of Bruce Willis would probably never have been made by Florent Siri. Despite its stylistic craft, Hostage's box office success was modest and critical acclaim minimum. Within these short yet dense 4 minutes, Bruce Willis delivers the best performance of his career, but more specifically in direction, foley and SFX sound, is one of the most unpredictable and suspenseful setups and horrifying reveals I've ever seen in cinema. But first, how did we get to this scene? Bruce Willis plays Jeff Talley, a veteran yet sensitive hostage negotiator whom in our opening scene after a 16-hour conversation is unable to save a young boy, Sean, who is killed along with his mother, both shot by the father. Filled with trauma and the guilt over the death of Sean, Talley then takes a large pay cut and more importantly a larger de-stressor as a small sheriff in an even smaller town. This is years later, with little to no crime, until tonight. 3 teenage delinquents take hostage a family, a single father, Walter Smith, with 2 children, a young boy and a teenage daughter, a family man with a dream mansion, and a father who does some financial accounting for some very dangerous men in the shadows. Officially no longer employed in the hostage negotiations, and avoidant of them, Talley hands the situation over to the FBI. All Talley wants to do now is simple. Go home. There are 2 reasons why this scene setup is genuinely terrifying. Firstly, the directing, acting and sound design make us feel like we're in the car with Talley. The horror is revealed to us little by little, just as it is to our protagonist. The director leaves not only the criminals in the dark, but the audience.
I know you're scared, but as long as you don't do anything stupid, we're not gonna hurt you. Do you understand?
What do you want?
I want you to put your hands on the roof of the car. Pardon me.
Crisp, familiar, everyday noises inside a car build tension with genuine unease.
Now, would you mind putting your left hand through the steering wheel, please? Now bring me the right. Good.
With the audience knowing that these are deliberate pieces of a puzzle we can't understand yet.
Good. Now the guy behind you is gonna take hold of you. Don't struggle. It's for your own good. Please.
It's almost like we're there, like we're strapped in the seat with Talley. Each noise builds and builds tension, far from the domestic, reframed as a disturbing threat. Characterization here of Talley and the men is defined. The men are in black, methodical and meticulous, and Talley is terrified and tentative. Doesn't beg or inquire why these men are requesting these actions. That would be an insult to his character in senior law enforcement positions. He knows they are professional, purposeful, and more importantly, patient. The subtle shakes, infrequent eye contact, and hoarseness in his voice portray the fear of a man who knows his life might not be in danger. They could have easily killed him if they wanted to. But rather, this is the start of being involved with the worst people in a situation where his soul will be in danger. The patient, relaxed way in which Tally is asked, rather told, to do certain things is only matched in tension by the unusual request which he is being asked to do. The audience and Tally are both wondering, where is this going? The setup is a phenomenal example of building suspense with minimum dialogue, no special effects, and rich characterisation. However, the build-up, whether it be 3 minutes here or 2/3 of a film, is only worth it if the creator can stick the landing. Not just in substance and surprise, but in how it's presented.
Eyes in the rearview mirror.
Direction, performance, and editing are key, and this reveal, this one shot, is perfect.
Now.
Not only does Tally see his own family, his own wife and daughter being held hostage, the cruel irony of this exact situation being his worst nightmare after a career in hostage negotiation, but the condition he is in when he sees it truly amplifies the horror of the scene.
I know. But at least they're still alive. From this point on, you control what happens to them.
Imagine for a second seeing your worst nightmare, but seeing it while caught in a trap you volunteered for. Like a manipulated, wounded animal, his body, heart and mind exploding, yet unable to do anything. This amplifies the pain and helplessness to a palpable human level. Tally reacts in a language that doesn't need a translator, it's primal. The intense noise, the intense pain. This piece of acting from Bruce Willis has haunted me for years, and it's not only the amazing response with a close-up in his eyes and the screaming, the spit, but there are 2 shots specifically that make this all work. Close-up of Tally's own handcuffs imprisoning him to the steering wheel as he frantically slides them from side to side, as well as his feet stomping every pedal, desperate to run, but can't move an inch. This is scarier than any jump scare, any monsters under the bed. This is personal horror, a guttural outburst.
I want you to go back to Walter Smith's house. There's a DVD inside Walter Smith's house. It belongs to me.
I'm no longer in command.
You are going to reassume command until my people arrive to finish the job. You're not going to let anyone go into the house or anything come out. Are you with me so far?
I couldn't do that.
You are the famous Jeff Tally. 10 years SWAT, 7 years prime hostage negotiator. You'll figure it out.
Knowing as much or as little as Tally makes the reveal just as painful for the audience. We can almost smell the dirty alleyway, feel every little breath, every movement. The brilliant SFX and Foley sound utilised is better than most feature horrors. It's the little things that contribute to the realism of Tally's situation. Bruce Willis's performance is on the level of subtlety and nuance seen in Unbreakable, and even more so Pulp Fiction. But the stakes are much higher. He captures a character's deepest, worst nightmare. The layers of irony here for his profession and his current predicament, and the layers of horror are brilliant. Jeff Tally is the hostage, having to face his greatest fear of negotiating once again, but this time with a young boy's life up against his family's, a young teenage daughter's life up against his own. The second reason why this scene is terrifying is more philosophical and less technical. We have no idea who these men are or their motive. A bold approach. Tally has no name for them, no face, only seeing what they want him to, specifically the image of guns pointed to his family's head. It was a deliberate choice by the director to omit details about whose shady, dangerous auspices Walter Smith the accountant works under. More was known about the group in the novel of the same name by Robert Creas. Even Walter Smith does not know what these men do, or to put it nicely, what earns them large financial gains that he manages. Trafficking drugs, women, children, either way, they have an ambitious resume that aligns with kidnapping a sheriff in the middle of the night, or to take proxy control of a hostage situation. They know everything about our characters, our plot, yet all we have to identify is a calm, monotone voice that does not belong in this situation.
Amanda. Shh. Shh. It's okay, baby. I'm gonna be out of here in just a minute.
Tally and the audience seem to have accidentally cast light into the shadows of a dark alley and were never meant to see what was there. In the conversation of Bruce Willis's greatest performance, or the scariest scenes in a film, this scene is sadly absent from both. Hostage is misremembered or completely forgotten, yet the premise is unique, the script is tight, and layered with dark conflicts for a traumatised protagonist. The direction and sound make us feel and experience the film, not just view. This scene truly does stand on its own. If it was a student film, or a short film at a festival, it would earn the filmmaker a feature and generate hype for a new horror talent, yet in the middle of another Bruce Willis action film.
3, ready? Yeah. 1, 2,
3. Bang.
It was only defined as that.